There was a time when one name ruled the mobile world, Nokia. From the late 1990s to the early 2000s, Nokia wasn't just a phone brand. It was a global symbol of connection, durability, and innovation. But how did this once unstoppable giant fall? And how is it quietly making a comeback today? Let's go back to where it all began. Nokia's story starts way before smartphones, in 1865 as a paper mill by the Nokia River in Finland. Over time, the company ventured into rubber, cables, and electronics, eventually focusing on telecommunications. By the 1990s, Nokia was at the forefront of mobile technology, pioneering GSM, the global standard for cell communication. This bold move positioned Nokia as a leader when mobile phones exploded in popularity. Then came the golden era. Between 1998 and 2012, Nokia was the world's largest mobile phone manufacturer. Everyone remembers the Nokia 3310, the nearly indestructible phone with the iconic snake game. Their devices were built to last, had long battery lives, and symbolized quality and reliability. Nokia's market share soared to over 40% globally. In 2007, they sold more phones than Apple, Samsung, and Motorola combined. So what went wrong? Ironically, success blinded Nokia. The company underestimated how fast the smartphone revolution would reshape the industry. When Apple launched the iPhone in 2007, the game changed. Touchscreens, apps, and ecosystems became the future. Nokia's leadership dismissed the iPhone as a niche product and continued focusing on their Symbian operating system, which was aging, complex, and not developer-friendly. By the time Nokia realized what was happening, it was too late. Consumers were moving to Android and iOS. In a desperate attempt to catch up, Nokia partnered with Microsoft in 2012 to use Windows Phone as its software. But this alliance was more of a lifeline than a strategy. The phones looked sleek, but the app ecosystem was too small to compete. Developers prioritized Android and iOS, leaving Windows users behind. Financially, the impact was devastating. Nokia's market share plummeted from 40% in 2008 to under 5% by 2013. The company went from record profits to billions in losses. In 2013, Nokia sold its mobile phone division to Microsoft for just $7.2 billion, a fraction of its former value. This marked one of the most shocking corporate downfalls in modern history. But Nokia's story didn't end there. After selling its phone business, the company reinvented itself. Nokia shifted focus from consumer phones to network infrastructure, becoming a major player in 4G and 5G technology. They began supplying network equipment to telecom giants worldwide, competing with the likes of Huawei and Ericsson. Then, in 2017, Nokia made a surprising return to the smartphone market. Through a partnership with HMD Global, they released Android-powered smartphones under the familiar Nokia brand. These phones focused on simplicity, reliability, and software updates, the same principles that once made Nokia beloved. While they no longer dominate the industry, Nokia now occupies a stable niche, respected for its build quality and clean software experience. So what financial mistakes led to Nokia's fall? First, complacency. Nokia failed to invest early in software innovation and user experience. They focused on hardware excellence, while the world moved toward ecosystems and apps. Second, internal bureaucracy and fear of change slowed innovation. Third, the Microsoft partnership, though bold, limited flexibility and tied Nokia's fate to another struggling platform. What could they have done better? Embrace Android early, open up to developers, and simplify their product lines. If Nokia had pivoted faster, they could have remained a top 3 player in smartphones. The lessons from Nokia's rise and fall are powerful. No matter how strong a brand is today, ignoring change can be fatal. Innovation isn't just about technology. It's about adaptability, humility, and listening to your users. And today, Nokia's quiet resurgence reminds us of something important. Failure isn't the end, it's a turning point. They may have lost the phone wars, but they're building the networks powering the next generation of communication. From leading the mobile revolution to rebounding as a global 5G powerhouse, Nokia's story proves that giants can fall, but true resilience is in learning, adapting, and rising again.